And welcome to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, with a little bit of anime tossed in here and there. At least the seasons we've watched so far, and now we're going to start our third season of the show. I'm your host, superjollymac, and joining me, my brother and co-host, and hopefully mouth-less or empty-mouthed DonTheVan.
This is crazy.
Look, I do what I do when I do it. But let's go ahead and dive into all of the Toku and anime chaos we love. Grab your changers, your drivers, cue the theme songs, and let's get into it. So how you feeling, buddy?
I feel great, you know? I feel cool, satisfied. And I feel good. Today was a long day. I was asleep for most of it.
Oh, that's nice.
Now when you're trying to get stuff done.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was not asleep for most of it.
Yeah. How you doing?
Not too bad. Busy, of course, like always. Running around trying to get everything done. Now's usually the big rush for getting all the Christmas stuff down. So get that down, get it taken away. I had to hit up a couple sales to get ready for next year, you know, postseason sale, stock up. But other than that, just trying to get back in the swing of things. We're recording this after New Year's. So next week, got to start the grind again.
Same.
Yeah. But
I don't want to go back. They can't take me alive.
Yeah. Yeah. But they'll take you dead.
They'll just take me. That's it.
Yeah. So, been doing anything gaming wise lately?
No, just the usual arc raiders and started the game of Baldur's Gate and everything like that. We still need to finish ours too, but yeah. Are you eating pizza? I had curry. I had a curry rice bowl.
Which is part of the chaos when we started up. A little behind the scenes.
Yeah, I still got some, so I at least have one more fork full.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it as far as games. I was thinking about if I'm gonna play another game on my channel, or bring anything back. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I think I'd rather finish our Baldur's Gate on the channel, but I know that's gonna take forever.
Yeah, but it's fun. At least it's fun for me. I like D&D. So I'm always up to play some Baldur's Gate. I'm still trying to get through Ghosts of Yote. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would. And then some Final Fantasy. But the last couple of weeks have been really busy, so maybe with the new year, things will slow down a little bit and I can get that done.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I'm sure we'll figure all that out as far as if we're gonna play the Baldur's Gate more.
Yeah. I want to finish Baldur's Gate. So maybe next week or a week or two. This is the transition week where usually I do some new openings. I don't know how, and make some changes. Every season we make some improvements because we're always learning. Trying to improve. So they'll either hit this week or next week. I'm not sure. But this week is also probably a double episode because I still have to post the one from last week. And then we have all the breakouts because we completed Gachiakuta. But what about listening? You been listening to anything?
No.
No.
No. I don't.
No.
Mm-mm. Have I?
Yeah, you sent me a track. Remember?
I mean, I sent you a track. I heard it in a restaurant. I was just out in a restaurant. I heard it and I sent it to you. I was like, oh, I wonder if he's heard this before.
Yeah, what was it called again? ASAP?
Yeah, ASAP by the New Jeans, by New Jeans.
So is it
K-pop?
Yeah. So it was fine. It was like a snack. Some empty calories. It felt like 60% of like a good song. Like it has a good hook, but like I wanted a little bit more. We'll have to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters, but most of those songs too, like they had good portions of them, but like only a few of them I really liked. The rest of them, but part of the problem might be I only listened to the movie versions. I think the full versions might have a little bit more in them, so I might have to listen to the album. But yeah, I think it had. Yeah, I think it was a good track. Just I wanted a little bit more. It felt like one of those. What's that thing that everybody uses now that has like 2-minute long songs? Spotify, not Spotify. What is it? No, where artists have like they have the really short songs because they get paid by the listen. Is it Spotify? It's not Spotify. Bandcamp? Not Bandcamp. You're a musician. You don't know that? Oh, okay.
Pandora? I don't know.
No, but they would have these short. Basically, they would have songs, but they would be like 2 minutes. Where like a normal song I feel is like 3.5, 4 minutes. So you get like that's not. It just feels like that's not enough time to really dig deep into a song. So you basically get a nice hook, and it's like okay, that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
But, yeah,
I mean it was on the radio, so I caught like the tail end of it. I was like, Shazam!
Yeah, but it was pretty good. I might have to check out a couple more of those.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check them out. I like their cover art, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, though. I mean, I haven't really been listening to anything. What about you?
No, that's pretty much it. I've been listening to some stuff, just basically my end of the year list or playlist that they created for me. And that's mostly while I pack stuff up and try to clear out the mess for the new year. Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
You been watching anything?
Watching anything? Finish Stranger Things. That's it. Or no, that's not it. But watch Stranger Things season 5. Done.
Me too. That's it. Yeah.
Did you finish the whole season?
Yeah, I did.
How'd you like it?
I mean, it was there. It's an ending. It's an ending. Was it lackluster or I don't know. I have mixed emotions about it.
Yeah, I could see that. I have mixed emotions about how it ended as well. I think it was a decent series though, for the whole part.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how I feel about how they ended it, but
yeah,
it wasn't bad, I don't think.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad, but also it wasn't like what I expected to for how I didn't expect from starting from season 1 that it would end here at, you know.
Yeah. So, but I don't think it's bad, but I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, like to me, the most satisfying part of like the whole series was honestly, Dustin, like his relationship with Steve and like his story arc throughout the whole series, that was the most satisfying thing to me. And I was like, yeah, I mean, outside of that,
I think most of them had a decent arc. Half of them had pretty good arcs.
I feel like that's being generous. Though I feel like saying half is being generous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I still don't feel like a lot of the relationships were forced. And I think, especially like that last season, I think they sped through a lot of stuff. Maybe a little bit too, like that could have probably been 2 or 3 seasons. But
yeah.
I see how if it was 2 or 3 seasons, how I would be annoyed that it was taking too long for them to just like they could. I would have been like, "Yo, you could have finished this in like a season and a half. What you doing?"
Yeah.
So maybe like 12 episode season, I think would have been nice. But I think I like what they did. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I think 12 episodes probably would have been like the sweet spot because for the amount of story, like, and honestly, for all the seasons, because like the amount of story that they put into each season, they could have took their time with like telling it. I do feel like after a certain point, it felt kind of rushed. Especially this season. This season had so much going on. Like I feel like they picked up storylines and then in like half of an episode, just it didn't do anything with them and never came back to them. And like it's just I don't know. Like to go back to Dustin, like the thing about the bullies kind of like bullying him in the beginning because of his like relationship with what was it the D&D group? I forget what it's called. But then it's like nothing after that, and then at the end he's like everybody's favorite student and nobody has any problems with him. And I'm just like, wait, the Hellfire Club. I was just like, wait, so we're all fans of the Hellfire Club now? I could have sworn at the beginning of the year like we weren't fans. And then also I saw somebody talking about it and they were like, so like did they ever go to school like for this whole year? And I thought about that too because I was like, wait, how is he valedictorian and
spoilers? We're gonna have to add a spoiler tag. Spoilers for season 5, but we're not gonna go too deep into it.
Now that is not a spoiler. We all know he's smart.
There was. I will remind you that there was a little screen before the epilogue. So, and you remember what that said, right?
Yeah, 15 years later. Yeah.
Not that long. But yeah, some stuff happened. So I think they had to go back and fix it, and everything looks different. So I think there was some time to do some stuff. So
it was a couple months later, right?
I forget how long it was, but it was a while. So but all of that was like fine. Maybe the epilogue was a little bit long, but you got to see kind of everybody and see everybody that was left and see kind of what happened to them. Overall, I think they did a decent job. It was probably one of the series I've enjoyed the most, like live action TV. Yeah,
I can agree. They landed the plane. I will say that the plane is in one piece, and they landed it. Yeah, quite successfully with as little turbulence as they could muster. So I'm not mad at it.
Not bad.
But in terms of shows that I was gonna say, in terms of shows that have been like super good though this year, it's not touching Welcome to Derry. Welcome to Derry was really good.
Really? All right, it's on my list.
Did you watch it?
No, I have not watched it.
No. It was really good.
Was it? All right, I'm gonna check that out.
Wait. Hold on, because I know you. So did you watch? You watched it, right? Like one.
Of course, I watched it. Yes.
And did you like it?
I enjoyed it. The movies, they were good. Yeah.
Okay, then you're gonna enjoy the show.
They weren't the best, but like I'm one of those. No, because I'm one of those I'm one of those people that are gonna be like the book was much better.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but the movies, I thought they did a good job. I think those were the best representation of the books that we probably could have gotten. So I enjoyed them.
Okay, then you're gonna enjoy the show and like how it expands. Because it definitely adds to it, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got I haven't gone back and rewatched the movies, but I enjoyed watching those movies. I think. So yeah, that's gonna be on that list.
If you do, let me know.
Okay.
I'll watch them too. Yeah.
I thought you already watched it.
No, the movies. I haven't rewatched them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, maybe that's something to add to our already packed list.
Yeah.
But other than Stranger Things, also started watching season 3 of Spy Family.
No.
Which I think might be over by now, but got to episode 2. Not feeling the opening. That's the only thing I'll say. But other than that, I'm not sure what's going on this season. But if it's doing it's doing some good, like, I think I might like how they do it. So we'll see. But it's nice. More Spy Family, you know. But I think they might be switching it up a little bit. And if so, I'm in for it. Other than that, I don't think I've watched too much.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Anything else?
I think I've watched too much either.
All right, then
it's been kind of slower for me.
Yeah. So then what I am going to do is... Wait a second. I do have the winter anime list up. Usually there's a guy on Reddit that puts them up, and it's a nice infographic. I think that's what I showed last time. If you want to Google it, you can. It's winter 2026 release calendar. I don't know if I'll post the image on the show, but we can talk over it real quick. So winter starting in December, ending in March? I guess spring starts in March. But the calendar starts in December. It starts off with a lot of series that I don't know and don't care about. Kanagawa ni Sunderu Elf. Haven't heard of it. Don't care about it. Blue Mibiru Season 2. Don't care about it. Let's see. The first one that catches my eye is on Wednesday, December 31st. So it already started. But Kaguya-sama, Kaguya-sama, Love is War, Stairway to Adulthood. Kaguya-sama is one of my, I think, top romance comedy anime. It's really good. And I think this is supposed to be an OVA that happens at the end of the series. They had 3 seasons, which I've watched, and I think there was a movie that I need to watch. Is it out? I think it might be out. If it's out, I gotta watch the movie, and then I gotta watch this OVA. But I'm in for it. Other than that, and it's already out, so I can do that. Sentence, January 3rd, Sentence to Be a Hero started. I think I've seen some trailers for that. That looks interesting. Fate Strange Fake. I've always wanted to get into Fate Strange, but I never really did.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard a lot about Fate as well. I wanted to watch it too.
Yeah. Let's see. January 4th. Yo. Let me just stop you right now. You haven't seen the rest of this calendar, right?
I mean, I looked. I have it up now, and I did look.
Yo, this season.
Okay.
Maybe top tier. I'm just gonna spoil it right now. We're not there yet, but might be top tier.
Okay.
At least for me. My Hero Academia, I still need to catch up on. That starts Monday. I think we're recording this on Sunday, so tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw anything else. Was it? Oh, My Hero. Yeah, you said you saw it.
Yeah.
You can't be in a rom-com with your childhood friends. Sounds like it's one of those long titles that are always like way too much, but it sounds like it might be good. from the title, I kind of want to catch it, but I'm not gonna have time to, and we'll get to why later on. Let's see, Tuesday.
Wait. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about you can't be a rom-com you can't be in a rom-com with your childhood friends.
No, I'm talking about before that. You said something about My Hero Academia.
Yeah, Vigilante season 2.
I haven't even seen season 1 of that.
I haven't either, but it's been a thing.
I might have to check it out then.
Yeah. So, let's see. Tuesday, a couple more series come out. Yoroi Shinden Samurai Troopers. Did you ever see Samurai Troopers? It's like this old anime from like the 90s. This is one of the only ones I've seen, I think only in English. It used to run on like Fox, kind of like Dragon Ball, original Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and then Samurai Troopers. Those were kind of like the big ones. I think there might have been a couple other ones, but they had about 2 seasons in the US. Not bad. So I'm wondering if I want to check that out or not.
Okay.
I don't know. I might check out a couple more trailers on that and check it out. So that's good. And then we keep going. Still nothing too like mind blowing. So we're going easy going. Nothing really coming out on the 7th that I can see. Let's see. Then we keep going. And Thursday is when it begins.
Yeah.
Starting off the top. Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen, The Calling Game Part 1.
Let's go.
That's already like, okay, I'm in for this season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's pretty much that I know at least of for this for that day. The rest of them sound cool, but nothing that I'm really gonna call home about. Fire Force, I know you're big into Fire Force. I kind of want to check that out. That happens, I guess, Friday.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I guess that's the big one for that day. I like how they're spreading it out too. It's like this 1-2 punch. And then Saturday, Trigun. I didn't watch the new Trigun because I didn't quite like the anime style, but I might give it another shot. Trigun is pretty decent. So I might check that out. Yamishibai. I do like that. Those are a lot of short horror or urban legend stories. So those are usually like, I don't know. They're not that good, but they're like popcorn. You can get through them pretty quick. So I might watch that and catch up on that. Let's see. And then we get to Sunday. Hell's Paradise Season 2 comes out. Hell's Paradise was pretty good. Oh, did you see Hell's Paradise?
I did.
Okay. Yeah.
I literally skimmed through it. I saw Season 2 and I said, it's time.
Yeah.
I've been waiting so long.
Yeah. So Hell's Paradise Season 2 comes in. It kind of lost me at the end of Season 1, but I'm in to keep it going and try to see if it wins me back.
That's crazy because it got me at the end of Season 1. I was like, I'm hooked now.
I was in at the beginning and then I kind of got lost a little bit near the end, but it wasn't so bad. Kaya-chan isn't scary. I've seen some trailers of that and I'm kind of interested in it, but not like 100% in on it. Let's see. And then we get to the next week and the 14th, Oshinoko Season 3. There we go. I'm in.
That's it?
I'm in. Season 3, I'm in. Oshinoko? Yes.
Yes?
Season 3?
Okay.
Yes. Give it to me. Okay. Give it to me, please.
I'm gonna look this up.
And then Friday, Frieren Beyond Journey's End, Season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, we just between Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's all I would really need for the season. Everything else is just like, wait, no. Oshinoko. I didn't. Oshinoko, Frieren, and Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's all you need.
And then we have a couple other things that are like just adding to it. So I'm in for it. And then JoJo's Bizarre Adventure also I haven't really watched yet, but I need to.
I've never seen Frieren, but my friend, she said that she just got into anime. That's the one that got her in. Was the free run one? She was trying to describe it to me. I was like, free run? I've never heard of it. She couldn't say the name. She was like, free run. I was like, yeah, I've never heard of this before. And she was describing it. It was like a wolf trying to like fight. I don't know, something like that. Something with a wolf, right?
No.
There's a wolf in this one? No, different one. Different. No. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out which show she was talking about. So maybe not this one.
Wolf? I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Or like what? Wait, what's it about? Wait, what's it about?
Frieren? It's about an elf named Frieren.
Okay.
The end. No, it's about how much do I want to give away? It's about Frieren, and it ties together her adventure with her previous adventuring party and kind of what she's doing now. And it kind of goes back and forth between the two adventures. It's very good. It's okay. I can't even really call it a slow burn because it's got some action in there, but it's very good. It's one of those you want to sit down with like a glass of wine and just enjoy. The art is fantastic. The story is impeccable. Like, I love it. Okay. It's good. It's good.
And it may be dogs.
No dogs, bro. No. Yeah, no dogs.
Okay. No dogs, no wolves. No
dogs, no wolves.
No, nothing. Supernatural. No. Nothing. Okay. Just elves. Okay.
I mean, it's a fantasy setting, so, but yeah, that's about it. It's very good though. I like it.
All right.
Maybe a little bit more adult. It's not very shonen-y, but it's got some shonen tropes in there too. It's good. The art's good. The story's good. The music's good. I love it. Okay. So, but yeah, that's the winter anime to keep an eye out for. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to watch, but there's 3 that are like definites in there.
Okay. I might try to watch some of the ones you mentioned. So, Oshinoko, Frieren, season 1. You said, wait. Kaya-chan isn't scary. And
look, Kaya-chan isn't scary. Just see, I only saw the trailer. That's one I would give a shot to. But this season, I might not have the time for it. So I might have that might have to hit my backlog. But I want to check it out.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna try to check out the top ones you said.
Yeah, I might check out the trailers for most of them. I've seen some of the trailers and some of them look good. Some of them are kind of meh. But Kaya-chan isn't scary. Seemed like an interesting premise, but I don't know too much about it.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
Yeah. But I think that's it. We can get into the meat and taters.
Meat and the taters. I'm so excited. The Jujutsu Kaisen one has me excited. I went to the movie with my friend. You know the one where they show like the last episode of the
season, yeah.
First episode of the other one.
Yeah. Was it good?
I mean, it's good. I don't think it's worth going to the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because like it just shows the last 2 episodes and then the first episode or 2 or whatever, and it's just like well, I gotta wait for the season to drop now. It's like I could have just waited, but from what they showed, oh my god, it's gonna be great. No, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it as many times as I want. So yeah. It's good. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's yeah. I'm invested in the story already. It's so good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just don't go to the movies to see it. You know what I'm saying? Just wait for the season to come out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen,
that is where we are. Being that we finished Gachiakuta, we're doing 2 episodes of JK today. And we left off on episode 6, right after rain. So we're doing 7 and 8 today. Obviously spoilers ahead for the episodes that we're watching. So if you've seen them, stick around. If not, just pause, go watch them, come back. We'll be here, maybe, probably. I don't know. I see you. Put the crust down. No, I'm joking. Eat your crust. It's okay. All right. So we're gonna pick up with episode 7, which is literally a continuation from episode 6, where Gojo is getting attacked by Jogo on the side of the road. I'm not gonna lie, this fight is kind of nuts, and I love this fight. This is the first fight that I was actually introduced to JJK for. I was working at a wing place, and one of the workers there, he was like, "Yo, have you seen JJK?" And I was like, "Nah, bro, never heard of it." He was like, "What?" And then he showed me the fight. He was like, "Look at this fight, it's so peak." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, bro." And then I looked at it and I said, "Oh my god, it's so peak!" And then I ran home and I watched it and everything like that. So it was great. But excuse me. But yeah, but they're fighting. Gojo is displaying a clear difference between himself and the special grade spirit Jogo. And they're talking, and as they talk, they're kind of talking about how there's a lot of special grade spirits showing up or curses showing up and everything like that. And just so many, then it won't be as special. But he's like, but Gojo is like, oh man, but I'm loving it, and he's like enjoying this and having the time of his life. In the middle of the fight, Gojo brings Yuji to observe him dominating. To observe domain expansion as he's fighting Jogo, and pretty much Jogo's like, "Oh, isn't he gonna get in the way?" Gojo's like, "Nah, bro, I got this," and he's literally casually talking to Yuji as he's fighting Jogo. Jogo really, Gojo calls Jogo weak, and Jogo releases his domain inspection. This is when Gojo is unfazed as he explains domain expansion to Yuji, and like they're just kind of chilling inside of Jogo's expanded domain. Oh, freaking. This is I don't know why they would do this to anybody, because like you got to explain this, and going back and forth between Gojo and Jogo is insane. But Gojo explains that the only way to overpower another person's domain expansion, or like the different ways to do that, is like one, to let anything inside the domain like hit you and kind of like deflect it, or use your own cursed energy to kind of like bounce it back or deflect it. And then he said like another way is just to expand your own domain and have it overpower, like the more refined domain expansion will win. And so Gojo releases his and overpowers Jogo's expansion, and then he proceeds to rip off Jogo's head, and then he asks him questions. But Jogo is like, "Nah, bro, I'm not gonna answer your questions." And then on top of a hill overlooking the fight is excuse me, Geto and Hanami. And Geto is like, I can't go help him because I can't be seen yet. He's like, but if you want to help him, you can go ahead and help him. And then Hanami goes and saves Jogo. But Hanami actually impresses Gojo. So Gojo thinks that Jogo is weak, but he thinks Hanami is much stronger than Jogo. So after this fight, Geto goes into a different, I'm gonna assume it's a domain, because he's like walking through doors and like it's completely different. So I'm gonna assume it's a domain, kind of like the innate one the first years kind of walked into. And he meets a spirit named Mahito, and that's when Hanami and Jogo's head show up, and they finalize the first phase of capturing Gojo. And that is where the episode leaves off. What did you think about episode 7, Assaults?
I thought it was good because we got to see. The fight was peak. Like that was one of the best fights I think I had seen in a long time when it first aired, and even now it's still like really good. I like it a lot. Only surpassed by probably more JJK fights later on down the line. But there's a lot of action. There's not too much. I'm going to talk for 15 minutes about this one move that I'm going to perform, and then we're going to see it performed 5 different times, and then we're going to go to flashback. No, it's a lot of, especially how they put the lore into the fight. Like he's teaching him about what's going on and what the sorcerers can do, and what all of these attacks are. So I like how they're not just sitting us down for a lore dump. They're sticking it inside the fight. That's like, okay, this is what's going on. And even outside of the fight, we see Shoot, what is it?
Uh,
Yoji.
yeah, Yuji.
Yuji, kind of, we see him learning how to control his power. And he's like, yeah, he's going to be a fast learner. So let me take him to this quick lesson. And then we see him like go through that and just be kind of blown away by the fight and everything. So I liked it. I liked everything they put in there. I like the lore that they're stitching in. I like us seeing like kind of the powers come off. Everything's colorful. I don't know how this area ever survives after a fight like that, but like it's nice to see it all. I'm in for it. Give me more action.
Give me more. Give me more. I agree. I loved it. I love the banter. I think the banter is like insane, and it makes the exposition not feel like exposition. It's because of how they banter with each other.
Yeah.
like Gojo is just having the time of his life. He's just chilling. He's like, yo, this is literally like a Sunday walk in the park for me.
Yeah.
And like Jogo's like, oh, this was so easy. You know, I don't even know why I was even worried in the first place. And then Gojo's like, bro.
And how he slowly just loses his cool, which is hilarious because it's like, obviously he's gonna like, he's not the coolest person to begin with, but he just like goes up and he's like, okay. And then it was like, okay, I definitely hit him that time. It's like, oh yeah. Well, hey, put out a hand. You want to shake? We could do all of this stuff. And he's like talking about him again. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. So, and then it just pisses him off more. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when Yuji gets there, he's just all wide-eyed, and he's like, oh, look at this. He's like, it's great. It's great. It's just funny. But I don't know. There's not much you can say besides this was just peak. I think it was cool to learn about the domain expansions. I think I need to watch it again to make sure I understand properly what he was talking about as far as domain expansions. Because that's one thing I didn't understand, even though I watched all the way to season 2 and now 3. Is like, I don't quite understand domain expansions entirely, but now that I know this is where he explains it, or they explain it, I think I'm gonna watch this like 1 or 2 more times. Excuse me, and see if I can properly understand what's being said. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I think the way that they do the exposition makes it hard to, like, you might blink and you might miss something type of thing.
Yeah, but they do a good job bringing Yuji in. So it's like, okay, we have this new guy and we're teaching him what's going on. And while we're teaching him, you're also learning about it all. And even during the fight, it's like their banter is just giving you more lore about what's going on.
Yeah.
And then he's teaching like Jogo about his moves, because he's like, I could have sworn I hit you. And he's like, no. This is my move. It's called this, and this is what it does. See? Isn't that cool?
Aren't you learning? Don't you learn?
But I'm in for it. It's entertaining. Like, you learn and you're watching the pretty lights. I'm in for it.
Yeah. So, I what I really want to talk about is later in the season, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's great. This is peak. This fight is one of the better fights in the beginning half of the first season. So
yeah,
that's it. But with that, we can go ahead and go into episode 8, which is called Boredom. So in episode 8, we come up onto Megami and Nobara, who are, I guess, running errands for the second years. And we also hear Maki talking to Panda, and I forget the guy's name, but he does like he speaks in food. I just forget his name. I don't think they even said his name in this episode, and I didn't have time to go back and figure it out. But they're talking, all the second years, and they're talking about how the principal is coming to meet the headmasters. Like, I guess the principal of the other school is meeting the principal of Tokyo. because they're talking about when Yuji and the first years went to I think their second assignment or something like that, and they met the special grade and they pretty much almost died. They were really mad and they're trying to figure all that out. So, anyways, uh, Megumi and Nobara meet Todo and Mei is Maki's twin sister. But these are the third years from the I think it's the Kyoto school. I'm forgetting the other city, but it's the Kyoto school or the second school, the Jujutsu Kaisen school. And pretty much Panda is talking to Maki and he's like, yeah, just as long as the other students don't show up because they like to give the first years or anybody else a hard time. And boy oh boy do they give Megumi and Nobara a hard time. Todo kind of like steps in, he's like, yo, I hate boring people. And then he acts like Megumi, he's like, yo, what kind of women are you into? And then they're like, what, bro? And he's like, this is how I figure out if you're boring or not. And then I get Fushiguro answers the question, and Toto's like, "Yeah, bro, I knew it. You're boring." And then he begins to fight him, and enter in second peak fight of 2 episodes. So as they're fighting, Fushiguro's kind of like throwing exposition out there about who Toto is. And Toto is apparently a guy who took on 5 first grades and 1 special grades in some type of event that happened. And he didn't even like use any uh cursed energy or cursed techniques, except when he fought the special grade. And so he's supposed to be like some OP sorcerer that's not, graduated. He's still a third year. But I put in my notes, dot, 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 Fushiguro survives this. Because there's no way he's just sort of survived that fight that he had with Toto in the slightest. Toto is throwing him through buildings, and I'm sure bones broke at some point. Excuse me. But Fushiguro is saved by Panda and second year who speaks in food items because he said stop moving and everybody stopped moving and then they saved him. But Nobara is having her own situation as she was fighting Mei, and it looked like she lost the first time, but then Maki shows up and then she helps her out, um and then they kind of like, well, Nobara is taking care of Mei, but this is when Toto kind of shows up and he's like, "Yo, we're leaving Mei," and then they leave. And then Nobara and Maki kind of bond because Maki's not because Nobara is like, "Yo, I respect you and everything like that," being that you don't have any any cursed energy or anything like that, and you use cursed objects and already imbued with cursed energy. Whew. And so that was a nice moment. And then Gojo meets with the principal of the Jujutsu school, and pretty much is like, "Yo, you're making my life hard. Uh, stop." That's pretty much it. Um, and then excuse me. And then after that, we see that Toto just wanted to go get shake hands with some famous girl, and that's it. What you think about this episode?
I like the episode. I like seeing the third years. I don't know if I would call it foreshadowing, but it's nice seeing some more of the sorcerers. It was nice getting a little hint at their powers. And we start noticing that all of the sorcerers they're all kind of unique. And they have a lot of power, and they're kind of crazy because they're fighting their own people, just out of the blue. But I like seeing how they did it. There's a lot of foreshadowing, I guess, for stuff that happens later on in the series and in the movie that I didn't catch until this time. And then, yeah, all of their interactions were pretty cool. We got a little bit of lore. We got to learn a lot about something that has happened in the past, but won't happen, or we won't see it happen until later on. So I like what they're doing. I liked Gojo's interaction with the head teacher from Kyoto. I like all of the new characters they introduced. What I don't understand the thing with Jennifer Lawrence, but okay. Did he mention Jennifer Lawrence this time? This is the episode he does,
wait,
right?
wait. No. Oh no,
He
wait,
just
wait,
says
wait.
he likes tall girls.
Yeah. He just said he
Okay,
likes tall girls.
my
It's
bad. My bad. Forget that thing. We'll bring it up when it
I
happens.
know what you're talking about though, and I don't understand that either. We'll cover that when it comes up.
But yeah, good episode. I liked it.
Yeah.
not hating. I'm just confused. You know what I'm saying?
It's like make it make sense, please.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then him ganging up on Fushiguro was kind of weird, but I don't know.
Ganging up. It was him alone.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like, just taking him out like that was kind of odd, but yeah.
My man threw him through the mud.
Yeah, but I mean, good training, probably. Good training.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
What a spin.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. But it's cool. I I agree. I like the foreshadowing. I like, the mention of they're dropping little nuggets as far as like what happened with like who not what happened with, but who Ghetto is. Cause like I think Gojo said something about Ghetto as he was talking to the
Yeah, I think he mentions the things that happen like just recently, like the increase in power levels between the sorcerers and the stuff that happened shortly before that Ghetto was part of. And I think we know that he's the guy that's hanging out with the cursed spirits, right? Yeah, so we know something's going on there.
Yeah, which is why he said in the previous episode he can't be seen yet, because obviously they don't know that he's alive. So yeah. So I like that. I like the little comments that Toto is making, well, and Maki, about Yuji, about, oh well, he's really just a cursed, like a halfway gone cursed cursed spirit or something like that. He's not really human. Just like after he took soup in his finger, he was gone, type of thing. They're just talking crap about him. And then Toto is talking about like the type of people that he respects and likes. It's just like all of it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So yeah. I can't wait for the exchange event to happen between the two schools, because I don't remember it entirely. So I would love to see that again. I forgot who fights who. So
yeah.
Heck yeah. I'm all for it. But I don't want to give spoilers away because I would start getting sentimental. So yeah. So yeah. So that is it for JJK for this week. We will pick back up with episodes 9 and 10 next time.
Which means I'm tagged in for the Toku section of the evening. We have 2 new seasons that we're going to start with, or 2 new series that we're going to start with. Ninpuu Sentai, Hurricaneger, and Kamen Rider Ryuki. Ryuki. So let's start with Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger. Let's keep the whole Sentai Rider order going strong. I believe this is season 26 of Sentai. Let me double check it real quick. Think you are the 76th season of Sentai. Or is it 27?
Mine says season 2003.
Well, it's kind of like a mix of not a mix. Yeah, it's the 26th season of Sentai. The opening song is Hurricainger Sanjo by Hideaki Takatori, I think. Which is pretty good. I liked it. What did you think about the opening? We're gonna talk about it now.
I think the first time I was like, okay, Now the second time it came on, I was with it. I said, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I was enjoying it. It was a little bop. It was a little bop. Was it the best thing I've ever heard? No, Jujutsu Kaisen stomps it into the ground.
We're only talking about Sentai here. So Sentai. We have 3 seasons, or this is our 3rd season. I would probably rank this first out of the other ones, but when we get to the end of the season, we'll see how it ranks overall. But I think I would put this number 1 so far.
I agree. Time Ranger is number 2, and then
I agree.
Yeah.
Gower Ranger. Gower Ranger. Don't forget it.
Okay, don't get me wrong. One of the things I did enjoy about Gower Ranger was the music. I was like, the music actually isn't that bad in Gower Ranger. It's just not the best. Like by the end of Gower Ranger, I was actually bumping along to the song. I said, but only a little slight jig, not nothing crazy.
Okay.
It was not the same way I was just bumping to the Ninpuu song. I just can tell you that now.
The ending theme, Ima Kaze no Nakade. Which I don't remember, but the endings are kind of like hit or miss. Yeah. But let's start off with Scroll 1, Wind and Ninjas, Kaze to Ninja. So we start out with a scene of a woman exploring a cave when a light flashes from a statue. Afterwards, we are introduced, we see it fly off into space. Then we are introduced to 3 ninjas training in kind of a forest where they get scolded by an older teacher that kind of calls them goof-offs and that they should be doing a lot more. I don't think we get their names at this point, but there are 3 and they're kind of in the woods training, and we think that they're kind of slackers. Later on, that teacher is giving a speech to the rest of the ninja school when they suddenly get attacked by this mysterious force. We learned that it's the Jakanja, and then they attack all of the ninjas and put kind of, I don't know if they're seals. I couldn't see the kanji on it, but they get hit by an attack that kind of sucks all of the ninjas and their school into the space center, I believe. The older teacher kind of escapes at the last minute by turning into a hamster. And then we see that, we already saw this, but the 2 main attackers are Frabijo and Kakaibo, and Kakaibo is kind of, they're introduced as the person that can break through barriers. And Frabijo is one of the spears of the Jakanja. It's then that the 3 goof-offs arrive with everybody else getting sucked up, and they start trying to fight. They grab the teacher's weapon that he dropped, which was like a claw weapon, and then they fight, but they get overwhelmed, and when they're about to get dealt the final blow, they get teleported away by Oboro, who is I think the lady that finds the original statue, and she also created the barrier that got broken through for the school. She's also the daughter of the main school teacher for the ninja school. She ends up talking to them throughout the discussion. She says that the weapon disintegrates, and she figures out that means that her father is still alive. And that's supposed to be his signal and she gives the 3 ninjas hurricane gyros and tells them that they can use those to transform into the Hurricaneger that's going to be able to protect the world. So they transform with them. They have this nice, cool transformation sequence, which I liked. They transform, come back to the fight, and end up defeating Kakaibo with their tri-weapon. And then once that's done, we see kind of 4 other beings teleport down beside Freebajo. And those are the 4 spears. Or no, they're 5 spears. So they're the other spears of the Jakanja. Man Marubu, Wendenu, Chizubo, and Sargang. Those names are going to be hard. Sorry, but those are the guys, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. So what do you think about our first episode?
I enjoyed it actually. Like I was very surprised. I really enjoyed it a lot. I think that it did a better job of introducing introducing the Rangers. Um, I even think it did a better job at introducing the Rangers than it did in Time Ranger too. Um, as far as like what their abilities are associated with, like, and though it wasn't as extensive as a storytelling as like Time Ranger when they're like in the past and they like have to go to the future. I think it did just enough to let you know, like, okay, who these people are. Like, they're obviously ninjas in training, trying to be the next Ninja Rangers. And so I think I did enough, and it wasn't too much, it wasn't too little, is what I'm trying to say. Um, I think the evil team got introduced. Um, I mean, they showed up, but I think learning that there's gonna be like a tier system to like their power levels, it's like, okay, we might have a more cohesive power structure than before, so
Yeah.
it won't be like it won't just be like, oh, I'm just showing up and then randomly, you know what? Let me just I I can't I don't even know how to describe it. It won't
Yeah.
be Power Ranger.
Yeah.
So basically it's pretty cool. So I feel it gives me the sense that we'll have more lore to go into as far as what it means to be part of the different spears, which ones are stronger than others, and everything like that. They have their foot soldiers. It seems like one of the spears sent out their own, I guess, henchmen. So like it makes me think that each of the different spears have their own different type of henchmen to send out. So maybe there's a dynamic with that. I don't know. The way they introduce things, it's just more interesting and it just seems a little bit more compelling. Even though I mean obviously it's Super Sentai, so it's not like the most intricate type of thing, but this just seems like there was effort put in.
Yeah. Like Time Ranger for a kids show, I think it was set up kind of like a
Yeah.
regular TV show. Like it wasn't just for kids. This
Yeah.
seems like it's set up for kid like, and then it felt like Gao Ranger went way on the other end. It was just, I don't even know if it was for kids. It was just like, it wasn't cohesive. It was just kind of random. This seems like not as serious as Time Ranger,
Yeah.
but still entertaining, and they did a good job introducing them. Like I didn't necessarily love the Rangers at first introduction, but the opening song had me hooked from the beginning, and then when they have their first transformation sequence, I was in for it. They had the umbrellas, they had it flipped off, they had the stuff from like the theater, like traditional Japanese theater. I was in for it. I was like, oh, I love the theme. I like what they're doing. I'm in for it. Let's go. They're goofy, but like it's still not too goofy where I'm like out.
Yeah, no, like they're dumb goofy. Like when they did the transformation and then like they did a little head thing where like they're
Yeah,
like they're there. I was like, what?
Yeah, they're doing like the theater thing. It's like if you've seen it, I forget what it's called, but it's like they're doing all of the movements and everything. It's pretty cool, like how they do it. Like I like it. And then they have the whole
out. Yeah, we're gonna find out later, but I think that the three Rangers, their personalities they're just more likable as like characters. I don't know how to explain it, but they're just likable. I'm just like I see them. I'm like I feel like if it was the other characters, it would be corny. But like for them, they deliver it great. I'm just like, you know what? I like you guys. I don't know what to say. They're giving me Doman vibes. They're giving me Doman vibes.
I forgot to mention also during the fight we see kind of the backs of two other figures that are like a teal and maroon color, like from the get-go. They're there. So we're like, okay, we'll see how this goes. But for now, three Rangers. Yeah. That being said, we can go ahead and move on to Scroll 2. the giant and gadgets, Kyojin to Karakuri. So the spears all arrive, but the Rangers grab their sensei, hamster sensei, and then like get out. So the Rangers end up leaving the mountain to go to the city and keep an eye out for Space Ninja Jakanja. Nanami, the Blue Ranger, gets scouted as an Inca singer. Kota, the Yellow Ranger, is working as a rehabilitator, or what are you called? Where you help people kind of with the injuries.
A caretaker?
Yeah, they say caretaker, but it's like a he's rehabilitating people that have had injuries and need to learn how to like walk and stuff like that again.
A physical therapist?
Yeah, like a physical therapist. And then Yosuke, the Red Ranger, is working as a non-demaya. I don't know how you would do that in English, because it's basically like he's a handyman. They basically do any sorts of job. It's kind of like how the Time Rangers were doing any sorts of jobs that needed to be done in around the city. It's not necessarily a specific thing. It's what needs to be done. And then he's working on Windows. So the Space Ninja are still looking for it, and send a new monster, Gachiakuta, to the surface. He starts magnetizing people and turning them into statues. Yosuke runs off to fight him by himself because he has a speech with Kota and Nanami, and it seems like they're not serious about fighting. And then he is about to be defeated when Nanami and Kota end up showing up to help him fight. Oboro figures out Gachiakuta is a robot and he's getting energy from somewhere. So the Rangers pull out their triple gadget, they defeat him, and then Windinu launches Copy Giant from the base, which copies the monster and then all of his abilities. And then she has a little mini screen where she's like explaining what's going on. Oboro launches the Shinobi machines, Hurricane, Hawk, Dolphin, and Lion. And then it looks like they're hiding within the city as like normal objects. And then they kind of take off to help the fight. The Rangers jump in and continue the fight, but need Tagatai in order to win. So they transform into the giant Karakuri giant Seppujin. And they end up defeating Gachiakuta with Clone Illusion Slash. And I think that's kind of where the episode ends out. What'd you think?
I liked it. I think it was solid. I think as far as the second episode is concerned, right now my ranking of the Rangers is the Blue Ranger, I would say the Red Ranger, and the Yellow Ranger. I would say that's my ranking of them so far. I don't know.
You're already ranking them? Why?
That's what I do, man. That's what I do. That's what I does. I can't help it. But I think it's cool. It's an introductory to like I don't know. It's the second episode. It's not so much.
It's the second episode. It introduces their giant robot. And it kind of introduces we get their names, we kind of get their jobs that they're doing inside the city, and we get a little bit more about them. I think the first episode kind of gave us a little bit about their personality. And even then we get a little drama between the Rangers because Red's like, are you guys taking this serious or not? I don't think you guys really want to be ninjas, but they get over it pretty quick and then do the fight. So I'm in for it. And then we get a little taste of, I guess, what the enemies or the monster clan are looking for, but without any information. So they're looking for it. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
I do like how they have the actors wearing the suits, so you can you see they're actually wearing the suits, and they have the little face shield out That way you can see the actors behind it. So that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. But
yeah. Yeah, it's a decent episode. I mean, you see, like you said, you see more of the Rangers' personalities. I think the reason I ranked Blue as higher because her job was more like it delved a little bit more into like a hobby that she likes. She likes to sing, so it's like, oh, okay. I don't know. It just makes her more likable than washing windows. I
mean, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. He did save a cat from a building.
Yeah, what about the caretaker? That's a very important work. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves with that one. Let's start with Scroll 3, An Imposter in 60 Seconds. Misamono to Rokuju Byo. So we start out with Nanami out singing. Nanami out singing. And then Kanja is starting to move on to a new plan to find what they're looking for. The Rangers have a meeting about people that have been acting strangely after visiting a TV station. So the Rangers all go to investigate the TV station. Nanami ends up being pulled into an audition while she's supposed to be investigating, but it ends up being a trap, and she gets trapped in an alternate dimension, and a duplicate is made of her. Nanami can't transform, but uses ninjutsu to end up escaping, while Kota and Yosuke are about to be trapped as well by the clone. So Nanami ends up fighting her copy, while the other two fight the Jakanja Kurisotsubo. Kurisotsubo. Nanami defeats the clone, and then they all begin fighting together and defeat the enemy ninja with the triple gadget again. Chuzubo ends up he's one of the spears, and he had been looking for something in one of the locations that I guess the Jakanja were looking for some sort of items. So he ends up finding the spell copier and regenerates Kurisotsubo with Wendy in the corner again, explaining what's going on and how the copier spell works. So the Rangers end up loading up with Seppujin, and then they change into a new form called Hurrier. And then Oboro tells them that they can only use the form for 1 minute, so they have to defeat him in that time. They end up defeating the giant form, and Nanami is about to get a new job, but everybody's memory is erased by ninja sent by the old hamster teacher to forget what had happened. So the person that was about to give her the job forgets why he liked her and is just like, nah, and second thought, I'm gone. And that's the end of the episode. What'd you think?
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
The ending was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought the fact that she came okay, so she liked to sing, which I thought this expounded a lot more on that hobby. I was like, okay, everybody's just singing. This is what it's gonna be. But she sang, she transformed. At first I was like, so everybody's just cool with random monster living inside microphone. All right, cool. No, say less. But then obviously as the episode goes on, you're like, oh, everybody got replaced by somebody. Makes way more sense. But it was cool to see her inside of the other dimension place, whatever, and figure out how to get out using her ninja powers. And I was like, they're smart. And so I thought that was cool. And then to see the other two just get roped into singing and about to get captured too, I said,
yeah,
of course.
I don't know why I wasn't more angry about it, because it was like, why are those two going to do that? But I was like, I don't know. I bought it. It was stupid, but I was in for it.
It made sense.
Yeah. And then her trying not to show the other people the transformation, but then she just does ninjutsu in front of them. And I was like, and then they see her transform and then fight out to the thing. I was like, okay, well, I guess everybody's got to know. So
Yeah.
when the teacher did that at the end, I was like, oh, okay. So,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. That was
So
funny. I like the little windows that when they go when they
yeah,
do
yeah.
when whatever Winnie, I call her
When
Winnie. That Win does. She's my favorite of the pillars, spears, whatever you want to
because
call
you
them.
that's the only one you know.
No, we know the other one that's like walking around with her notebook, just taking notes of everything.
Yeah,
Like she's just there around. I don't like her horns though, so she's cool. And then the other ones, like we're just meeting them. I like the dude that has like the classic samurai helmet, but then like his face opens up and he's just a little bug inside.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. I like him too. He's a strong contender for number one actually. Him and her are going head to head, but she has like a little face pop up, so
Yeah.
we've seen her a little more. I was like, she's funny. So yeah, but
Yeah,
I
her
don't
popping
know.
into the corner is pretty funny. Like, I don't know why that gets me, but every time she pops in, I'm like, okay, guys, I shouldn't like this person, but it's funny.
But that's what I was saying. For
Yeah,
whatever reason, whoever did the casting for this season, they just did good. The people, and the writers, like the characters are likable. The way that they're using the characters is just likable. It
yeah,
makes a big difference. It really does. Like, it's still silly, but it's like I like it. I'm in for it. I'm here
yeah,
for it. So I'm here. I want it all. So yeah, but I enjoyed this episode. It was nice.
yeah. Well, let's keep it moving to scroll 4 and finish
Oh,
off the week.
wait.
Oh,
Before you go to scroll four, I like the suit. I like the big Megazord suit transformation into the brick
oh,
form. Or
yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool and creative. And they gave it like a little time limit, so it's not like overpowered and all that. Like you gotta like get your stuff done in time limit. So I want to see how they use that moving
yeah,
forward.
yeah.
That's it.
So scroll 4, the tunnel and siblings, Tono to Kyoudai. So we start out with Mole Drago. So he's just out. It gets attacked by the Hurricangers, but they end up arguing during the fight when Kota doesn't give up his gadget. So Mole Drago ends up getting away. Kota ends up leaving to visit Mako, who ends up being his little sister, who says she's going to Africa. Apparently, their parents died when they were little, and he was taking care of her when she kind of got hurt. So that was his reason for becoming a caretaker, and that's why he's always careful and wants everybody to kind of double check stuff before they're doing it. So we end up seeing that Jakanja is making a subway for some reason, but Mole Drago is basically digging around the city, and then he starts messing up everything by digging through lines and pipes, and then the city is becoming a mess. The Rangers assemble to fight Mole Drago again. Kota ends up trying to stop his sister while the other two are fighting Mole Drago. But in the end, she starts leaving away from him anyway. She's like, no matter what you say, I'm going to go. So then we cut back to Yosuke and Nanami having a hard time with the fight when Kota ends up showing up and then seeing them trying to learn Mole Drago's moves. They end up using the triple gadget to try to defeat him because basically they figured out his patterns, and then Kota, they tell him kind of where he's gonna show up, and then he can defeat him. Oboro ends up coming up with a new design for the Karakuri balls, and then launches the shinobi machines, but Senpujin can't keep up with the movements, so it changes modes to become quicker, the Hurricaneger mode. Oboro ends up completing her new Karakuri ball and sends it over to become the Goat Crusher, and then they use that to defeat Mole Drago. And then we end off the episode with Kota going to I think they're in the airport, and then he sees his sister off and tells her to go on her trip. And that's where the episode ends. What do you think?
Normally, I would say it's a bit weird having the Yellow Ranger be like, oh, we should be more careful with how we go about doing things. Because my mind would go to, well, you are in a ninja academy. You guys have trained for quite some time. So why are you randomly just now saying to your team, oh, we should think about it when you have your trust built up? But I don't know. I'm okay with it.
I think you could kind of see where he's going. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was like, well, if we attack it and it like powers him up or something, what are we gonna do? And like you could kind of see it. It wasn't that weird for me, but yeah, I agree. Like attack it and then figure out what happens next. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, because I think it's not as weird because it happens in the beginning. I feel like if this happened like a couple more episodes back, I would have an issue with this. But it's happening early enough, and it's used as a way to. I don't want to say manufacture conflict between the Rangers, but as a way for them to understand each other better, because obviously we go into like learning about the Yellow Ranger and whatnot. And so I think it was effectively done. I can tell that there are people who are actually writing the story. I like I said, you could see the effort. Like you could tell the difference between like
so much shade. So much shade.
There's so much shade. So much shade. We all know. There's only one saving grace of the last one, and we know who that is. May he rest in peace.
But I like this episode. I like learning a little bit more about Yellow's backstory. I mean, it was a complete little story. We learned about him. There wasn't anything weird going on. They had a nice little fight. I still roll on the floor laughing whenever Dinu pops up in the corner exploding. What's going on? I'm like, come on, guys. This is not going to keep going for the whole season, is it? Somehow, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
But and then how each commander started telling the other commander to do something. They were like, "Yeah, hey, you do this," and then they're like, "Hey, you do this. Hey, you do this." That was pretty funny too. Yeah. So a lot of cool stuff.
This is great. Like I'm really enjoying this one a lot more, and it has me invested. I really like the theatrics of like when the Rangers transform, and they're literally doing the head thing all the time. And then they had Blue do it in the last one, and I was like, oh, so it's not just Red. All right, cool. Because I was gonna say, why is this guy so animated? But like all of them do some crazy head thing. I will say, I like how toned down Yellow is when he does it. His is like more suave. He's like. And while Red's like all over the place, and then Blue's like a little bit in the middle. She's just kind of like, I was like, I love it. Personality. It's like subtle things. I don't know. I really like it. I just like it.
Yeah, I think it's
better.
Yeah, I think it's No or Kabuki style theater, but like they have all those movements and stuff. It's pretty fun. I'm having a good time. And the karakuri. I have a lot of those boxes around here somewhere. This is one I made from the scratch. It's like a little kind of the little boxes with the hidden things. They're pretty cool. So they're giving a lot of that traditional stuff from Japan for the next generation. So pretty cool.
Heck yeah. So all in all, I'm enjoying
Ninpuu.
I'm enjoying Ninpuu a lot. Yeah.
Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger. If you're gonna use one word, just Hurricaneger. We can use Hurricaneger.
Hurricaneger, my bad. Yeah. That probably sounded crazy, huh?
Slightly. But yeah, that was a good week for Hurricaneger. So let's go ahead and move on to Kamen Rider, where we get introduced to a new season of Kamen Rider Ryuki. The opening for Kamen Rider Ryuki. Well, this is Rider number 16 overall, and this is the third Heisei Rider. So we've only been watching Heisei Riders, and this is the third in the series. The opening for Kamen Rider Ryuki is Alive a Life by Rika Matsumoto. And what'd you think?
Um,
Wrong. It's a banger.
I mean, it wasn't memorable for me. I'd have to watch it
No,
again.
I liked
I
it.
might have. Yeah, I
The
think I
opening, you
missed
didn't
it.
watch it? I liked it. I like it. This
No,
is
I watched it. It just
okay.
wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. But out of all three of them, I think Agito. No, not Agito. Yeah, Agito is a contender, but I think I might like this one a little bit more than Agito. I don't I don't know. Agito might be number one. I might give it to Agito.
I remember Agito. Yeah, Agito is up there for me.
But this is also this is also really good. Like it's a tough one because once again, Kamen Rider Yuki might have been the first writer I watched, but I don't think I ever completed this season.
Okay.
So like I think I only watched like the first dozen or so episodes because it was a lot harder to find them back then. But it's the first one I watched, but not the first season I finished.
Okay.
But the song I like a lot. But
I feel like I feel like I like the song. It's just I can't remember it right now. Well,
it doesn't really sound like that. It's got a nice flow to it. I like it. It's more of a
I do like it.
Yeah, it's more up tempo, but Agito is also like a really good song. I think I might give it to, I don't know. I'm by the end of the season, I will decide, and we will have to rank these. But nevertheless, let's start off with episode 01, The Secret Story's Birth, Tanjo Hiwa. So we start out with we start off the episode with a woman getting attacked and pulled into a mirror when we cut to outside of her apartment and we see two strangers kind of walk away. We are introduced to Reiko, who is investigating missing people and is told by her boss to take Kido Shinji with her to investigate. Shinji ends up arriving to the scene and annoying Reiko, so she ends up having him look through a missing persons list back at their headquarters, I guess, or the newspaper that it's not really a newspaper, it's kind of like a news magazine. So that was supposed to be his job. But he ends up going off to ask questions to one of the contacts that he sees that has a close address to where they are. So Shinji ends up going off to investigate. And then once he gets led into the room, he notices all of the surfaces inside the room are kind of covered with newspapers. And then he bumps into an item on the floor and picks it up. Then he gets attacked by this giant monster that kind of looks like a dragon. But as it attacks him, it hits the item he has in his hand and kind of bounces back. But then it destroys all of the glass or all of the windows in the apartment. So he ends up getting in trouble from the landlord. And then Reiko gets pissed off because she has to apologize. And then their boss gets pissed off because it's a huge bill that he just gives over to Shinji. But later on, Reiko ends up being kind of attached by this thread. And that we kind of figure out that it's from the spider monster that lives inside the mirror. Shinji ends up seeing the thread and then tries to run and warn her while they're outside. But he gets pulled into a car and then attacked by the spider monster. So there's a car, there's Shinji. He gets sucked into the car and then he starts fighting for his life. Once that happens, we see the male from the mysterious duo that we saw earlier in the show. He transforms and then heads into a window. He then arrives where Shinji is and attacks the monster. He ends up destroying it while Shinji gets tossed aside. Afterwards, the dragon then shows up again and then starts flying after the two and attacking them while they run away. And that's kind of where the episode ends out. So, what'd you think, Hater?
I didn't hate this one. We know which one I hate.
I meant the song. Wait, which writer did you hate?
Oh, I meant show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, not writers. I actually like the Kamen Rider shows. This one is off to a good start. I think I'm gonna have to get used to the flow of the show for sure. But I like the new Kamen Rider suit. Both of them, and I like the final. I don't know. I like the fact that it's like I'm trying to think of like what it's similar to, but like how you have like I don't know his monster and then him and then he becomes like like an image of his monster in Kamen Rider form and like uses his power. Um, it's kind of like Chainsaw Man, actually. Yeah, you make a deal with your devil.
Well, I guess technically, yeah. We'll get into that next episode, but yeah, I guess I could see it. I thought you were crazy, but you're not completely crazy.
Yeah, like how like they have like I don't know, well, Chainsaw Man, he transforms into a chainsaw. He's like Batman. He transforms into a bat.
Into a bat. Right? Okay.
I was trying to figure it out, but yeah. But I liked it. It's too early for me to say if I like the dynamic between the newspaper guy, like the guy with curly hair, like the newspaper guy, and his team. But
Shinji?
So far it's pretty cool. Yeah, Shinji. Shinji is his name?
Shinji. Kind of like yeah.
Okay. All right. He's cool. I think I like the fact that they have to go into it seems like a mirror world in order to fight off the monsters. I want to know more about that. I think I need to learn more about that before I can make any final judgments. But so far it's off to a good start, I would say.
Yeah, I like it. We're kind of thrust right into the middle of it. It looks like there's something going on that we don't know too much about. We don't quite get usually the first episode is the hero transforming. I guess we do see someone transform. So is that the Ryuki of Legends of the title? Probably not. But it's an interesting way to start it off, but I like it. It's slowly introducing us to stuff in the world. Not too many answers so far. It's just monster, what you gonna do? I don't know. So, but yeah. This was also the first season, or maybe the only season. I think there was one that happened in the 90s or 80s of Kamen Rider that got brought to the US. But this one they've tried to bring over a couple times. And give it like the Power Rangers treatment. And then I think once they just tried to bring it over as is. I don't know if they subtitled it or dubbed it, but yeah.
You mean like this specific season?
Mm-hmm. Kamen Rider Yuki. I think that's the only season they've tried to bring over to the US a couple times. Or at least that was. I don't know if they've done it lately with any of the new writers, but this is the one that's tried to break the market like a couple times.
I'm guessing it wasn't successful.
Yeah, no. So I think they tried to do the whole Power Ranger thing, and then I think they might have tried to just like they've tried a couple tricks to get it into it, and I don't think it's ever hit. But we'll see. But we can move on to episode 2. Giant spider counterattack. Kyoudai Kumo Gyakushu. Kyoudai. The stranger explains that they can only stay in the world for a little while. And Shinji, because I think they start kind of having, it looks like they're fading kind of, if you think about dust coming off of you, they start to see that. And then the stranger explains that they can only stay in this world for a little bit, and that Shinji needs to return the way he went in. So the stranger goes through the window and leaves him. Shinji ends up barely escaping and then passes out in front of the two strangers. When he wakes up, he's at a cafe. He walks downstairs and sees it's a cafe. He's kind of in a bed. He goes downstairs, sees it's a cafe. The two strangers are there. The woman explains that he was in Mirror World and that the item he picked up was called a card deck. And that the guy that he saw was named Kamen Rider Knight. Shinji leaves and then is followed by the man on his bike. When he gets back to the office, he tries to convince Reiko to find a less dangerous case. And then when he does, he gets chewed out by Reiko. He ends up seeing the Kanzaki Shiro name because the lady stranger at the cafe kind of asked him if he knew about it. He sees the name on the list of disappearances, and then he heads off to investigate while still being followed. And then we learn that the names of the two strangers are Yui and Rin. Yui ends up calling Rin while he's talking to Shinji and tells him that there's a monster and that he needs to fight it off. Shinji follows Rin and asks, when he sees Yui, he asks if there's any way that he can fight as well, because Rin transforms, heads inside the mirror world. And then Yui says that he should forget about it, but he takes the card. So he had a card that was supposed to be a seal that protects him from the monsters. He rips it up to, I guess, show his resolve. And then Yui gives him a card that says pact on it. And that tells him that he needs to form a pact with the dragon in order to kind of fight. So he ends up going in, he forms a contract with the dragon, and then he shows up and saves Rin. Shinji powers up with the dragon and then defeats the monster, and then the dragon kind of absorbs it as it flies off. Afterwards, Knight looks at Ryuki and says he should probably get rid of him now, and then he starts just begin wailing on Ryuki, and that's kind of where the episode ends out. What'd you think?
I thought that part was funny. I said, oh, he's on timing. Okay, let's go. But I think it's interesting, the creating the contracts with the monsters and everything like that. And I wonder how that's going to play a part moving forward, if like they get to make contracts with multiple monsters, or if it's just one. Like if that's through how they change their forms or whatnot, like how that's going to play a part in that. Being that we're starting off with two, kind of similar to Agito in that sense. Yes, and I'm curious to see if we're gonna get another rider that comes out of well, not nowhere, but that comes into the story. But yeah, so far, again, this is a very strong start. I feel like we're getting just enough lore explanation to where we're not asking too many questions as to what's going on, but it's leaving it like just enough. It's like, ooh, I wonder what's next. But it's like, oh, this is interesting and makes a little bit more sense. You know, it's kind of like a give and take, a pull and push. So I like it. I'm interested.
Yeah, I guess there's the mystery of the people that are disappearing, but we know the monsters are probably taking them. And then we are getting a few mysteries that get dropped, like Kanzaki Shiro, the name of that person, and then everything else that kind of shows up, like learning that it's Yui's brother. So yeah, we do get a couple mysteries, but they don't seem so overpowering at this point, because currently it feels like we're focused on learning more about Mirror World and Shinji getting his powers. So yeah, I think they're doing a good job balancing it at this point.
I agree, and I like it. I like balance.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and move on to episode 3. School Ghost Story, Gakko no Kaidan. So we start this episode right where we left off the last episode with Knight fighting Ryuki. And then he gets to the point where he's about to finish Ryuki off when Yui, after banging on it and telling him to stop, breaks the glass with, I think she grabs a chair or something, breaks the glass to get his attention. Rin then says riders can't coexist, and then they kind of leave. The owner of the building comes out, and they're all about to get in trouble when Shinji is like, I'll pay it. And then he opens his wallet. He's got no money. So Rin pays it. And then Shinji's like, oh, that was nice. But then Rin says he owes him money. He owes him the payment for the glass because it was broken to save his life, because he would have killed them.
Yeah.
So Shinji ends up seeing a mysterious figure in the glass that tells him to defeat the other riders when he's walking around. Then when Shinji goes back to the cafe to talk to Yui, he finds out that it was her brother that he saw, and that he is the one that created all the card decks, and that she hasn't been able to find him to ask him any questions about what's going on. Then we see a new monster that's popping up around the city. It kind of looks like a jackalope, so I'm going to call it the jackalope monster. But it begins attacking a little girl, so Ryuki starts fighting it, and then he ends up destroying it. Afterwards, he hears a scream, and then he runs over and sees Rin with the girls that were being attacked by the monsters, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. So, what you think?
I think that I want to know more about Yui's brother. I want to know more about how he created the decks, and it sounds like he created the Kamen Riders for this particular story. If that's the case.
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, it looks like they transform with the decks. So also, it hasn't been explicitly stated, but this season they transform. It looks like they're buckles, but they have a deck of cards inside of them, and that's what they use to transform. And that's kind of what they use to attack as well. So,
it's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Sure. We will have actual props probably next episode, but I think this is the first one that hasn't just been like an arcle or a belt around them. It's like an item that they use to transform. And both of them have it so far. But yeah. And then Ryuki also has a bracer that looks kind of like a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like it. All I'm saying is I want to know more about this guy. I want to know where he is, why he disappeared, and how he made these things. She did break the glass. She grabbed. It wasn't a chair. It was a sign outside, like a metal.
Okay. Yeah.
Thing. She just threw it through the window. But she looked like a crazy lady yelling at the glass. So yeah. I said, okay. So I wonder what it takes for you to see what's going on in the mirror world. Like, who can see it, who can't see it? Because she saw it. So I'm guessing, like, did other people see it as they were walking by or no? I don't know. I wonder how that's going to be explained.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the biggest mystery right now is where is her brother and what's the deal with him creating these decks? If he's the creator of the deck, and then what about all these mysterious statements that Rin is saying, and then the person in the mirror is telling Shinji as well. So, yeah, that seems to be the big thing.
It makes you think: Did Rin take out not Shinji? Her brother, Rui's brother.
Yui's brother.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like there's some foul play happening around these parts.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But we end off the week with episode 04, School Ghost Story 2, or Gaku no Kaidan 2. So we begin the episode with Shinji going to ask Rin what he was doing because he sees him in the like stairwell with the two girls after they were screaming, and then he sees the bat kind of fly back into the mirror, Ren's little bat. And then he follows him when Ren heads off. Shinji follows him. He places Ren at the same place that one of the mysterious disappearances, the place that guy disappeared, Ren was at. But he gets a call from his landlord, and then he gets kicked out of his apartment. So he moves into the office because he doesn't have a place to stay anymore. This is Shinji. Shinji goes off to warn Yui about Ren and says that he can't be trusted. But Yui kind of gets mad at Shinji and says that she believes in Ren. Ren and Shinji fight, but during the fight and argument, they kind of make up. And Shinji says that he won't die until he pays off his debt. And that's his reason for fighting. Because Ren's like, you don't even have a reason for fighting. So why would anybody believe you? And he's like, well, my reason for fighting is to pay off my debt. So I'm not going to die. Maybe. Until I pay off your debt. Yeah. So Reiko ends up finding a pattern between the last couple of victims. She figures out that they all had something to do with antiques. And then she goes off to investigate while Ren and Shinji transform and go into the mirror world because the jackalopes attacked at the school to try to get to the girls again. Yuki and Knight end up splitting up to attack the monsters, and then they both take out one of the monsters with their final moves. And then they both go back to Yui's cafe and kind of have a little silent argument, sitting down in different chairs and like asking Yui for teas, which is pretty funny. And then we end off the episode with shots of an antique shop, and then we see a mysterious figure hold up another card deck. And then that's kind of where the episode ends off.
Who could that be?
Yeah, who could it be? What you think?
I think we're getting more than two riders.
Maybe.
Or we're getting an evil person who's going to show up and kill everybody. But I think that it's cool to see Ren and Shinji figure it out, kind of, whatever, throughout time. Who knows? Maybe they'll be friends. Maybe they'll be the Shoichi and Ryu of this this one.
I think it's more Shoichi and what's his name?
Oh, the other one?
Yeah. I'm bad. Why we remember Shoichi and Ryu, but not
It's a shoot. Not
something's
not Ozawa.
Hikagawa. Yeah.
Hikawa. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's a much better.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe Shoichi or Ryu. I don't know. They were all pretty much there at the end.
Yeah, or maybe it's Ryu and Hikawa. More so.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Ryu was laying the paws on Hikawa.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think it's cool to see them kind of like come to. No, I don't want to say come to terms. They're not really friends yet, but it's nice to see them start to go that way.
Yeah.
You know.
So
that's it though. It was nice to see them fight together though. You know, he kind of got like a nod of approval at the end and everything like that. I say, yeah, put some respect on my guy's name. Yeah. But yeah, I want to see that relationship develop, whether it's, you know, negative or positive. I want to see it develop in some way. So
yeah.
But yeah.
But I agree. Good episode. Like seeing them both transform, see more of the mirror cycles or whatever they're called, driving through. Them actually fighting the monsters in the mirror world. It seems like Shinji is kind of getting used to the powers a little bit. It was weird seeing him go around and just being like, hey, I don't know anything about that's going on, but this Ren dude seems really weird. everybody. Don't trust this dude. So
yeah.
but he
poor
does
Millie.
seem, yeah, but he does kind of seem weird and going out of his way not to explain things. And we don't know why yet.
Very suspicious.
Yeah. So if I were in his shoes, I'd probably be a little off put by that as well. I mean, we're watching, so we kind of know something must be up, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if that's gonna be like something that comes up later to be like a pain point in the relationship or something like that. For like, I don't want to say manufactured conflict, but for like conflict later, like how they like maybe they'll backtrack some progress that was made because he doesn't like say something, or
Could be.
maybe it's like breadcrumbs. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, this is how you know a show has good writing, because now you can speculate and actually think about what's going on outside of it. I'll try not to be shady to the other shows. It's gonna be so hard. It's gonna be so hard. I'm gonna compare it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that pretty much cuts or ends off our week for Toku, and anime, and that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you for joining us as always. We will catch you next week, same time, same spot. Actually, different time and spot, because this will probably drop at the end of the week, and normally we like to try to drop on Mondays, but we have a backlog that needs to be cleared, and clear it we shall. But like we say, we are always running out of, we may not have enough time, we may not have enough money, but there's one thing that we do have enough of, and that is
a love of food.
true. See you next episode.